Welcome back to Hospitality Insider with Pratik Patel, Chairman of AHOA. And let's hear about how he got started and how he has made all the way to 14,000 members. Hi Pratik, thank you so much for sharing your story. And let's see, it really came a long way. And I understand Asian Americans actually own over 60% of all hotel rooms in the United States. Is that true?
You got it. So 25 years ago, our association was created to represent some of the minor issues that we're dealing with that were pertaining to just the Asian American growing in the lodging segment.
Right.
Today, our members own over 1 out of every 2 hotels, over 22,000 hotels in the U.S., everything from independents to large resorts, right, to the Marriott's, Hiltons of the world, to the convention center hotels. We're across the board. So we went from an association that was created to represent just a minority interest in lodging to really now representing a majority interest in lodging, which encompasses the entire ownership basis.
So you really, give us the little bit starting point. You know, I know that you're second generation of the hoteliers, and share with us how your father or mother got started and what is it, how did you become who we are today?
You got it. So my mother and father got started because when they came to the United States, they ended up getting in the same business that our family members were already in, and our family members already knew. They taught them the one thing they only knew, which was motels and hotels. And so my father ended up working a few different jobs to save up enough money. My mother was working a few different jobs to save up enough money. Once they gathered enough funds, they borrowed some more from extended family and ended up buying their first independent hotel or motel in Nevada.
Oh,
and that's the story of most of our members, right? They rely on their extended communities to help them when they come to the U.S. The problem that we see nowadays is if you're an outsider coming in, immigrating into the United States, you really can't do much without credit. And the credit that was given to our family was given to by our extended family, which helped them start off in the business. From there, they sold that motel, we moved to San Antonio, they bought another one there. For example, after that, all of my father's family came over. He did the same thing for them that was done for him. And so that's how the Asian American hotelier really got to where they're at. Now some grew quicker than others, some grew slower than others, some are still in a growth process. But our community, our internal Asian background really helps people get started when they first come to the country. And then after that, it's the education that was provided to us by our first generation that is letting us just propel and think of different concepts and ideas to really go a lot faster and stronger.
So what do you think is the formula that really makes that growth?
Well, I think that for our community, it was initially the atmosphere, what we brought from our own culture.
Yes.
Hospitality was a great fit for the Asian American, right? Because everything in our homeland was based on reputation, interaction, personal interactions. And in the lodging business, right, that's the first key goal, is to naturally and genuinely care about others. And so hospitality's always been a great fit.
So it's just like a synergy.
It is, it's a synergy.
You just meet what is naturally happening and then just all together, that teamwork, it's very powerful.
You got it, and it was with a lot of hard work.
Yes.
Right, I mean, some of the, I know my parents when they were back in India, they would work numerous hours and work hard without ever having to have the ability to show results. Right, because that was just the way the system worked. Here they were able to do the same amount of work, right, and be able to show tremendous results and grow so much quicker and really just expand.
So now you're second generation. The whole generation is a second generation, right?
Most of it, most of it. There's still some first generation. Our first generation is still a great resource for us.
Right.
They're still actively involved in the industry. They're still our foundation. That's something that we can't live without, right?
Yes, so you grew up in San Antonio. You were born in San Antonio then?
No, I was born in Nevada.
Oh,
I moved to San Antonio when I was once, pretty much raised in San Antonio is where I was at.
So that's where you are now?
Yes.
And so now you have your own company that with a partnership. And so tell us a little bit about REM Hospitality.
Got it. So REM Hospitality is between me and my partner, Anand Bhakta. We were close childhood friends. Our family was friends. And just to tell you the closeness of how our community works, Anand's mother and my father grew up in the same village in India. And so those ties were brought over here. We ended up being competitors to some level initially when we got started in the business. Both of us had gone out into the real world, as we called it, and didn't want to be in lodging, and ended up coming back. And then we ended up competing against each other in San Antonio. And one day we just sat down and said, you know what, it's probably better for us to work together than it is to work apart. And so we kind of joined everything up as one big company. And with that, you know, we're able to focus on what we like to focus on, and that's really growing the entire portfolio for everybody around us.
Right, you have all different brands under REM, right?
Yeah, we have everything from independents to entry-level franchises, the Accor properties, the Wyndham properties, we have IHG properties. So we have across the board, we have a good spectrum of properties itself, right? We also do different other transactions as well, so we're all over.
So now, do you own those properties and manage, or some of them own and just managing? How do that work?
So we only manage really what either him or I have a ownership interest in.
Okay.
Right, so you know, we take our concentration and our abilities and really apply it to increasing the value of our assets that both of us, either he owns something of or I own something of, or together we own a portion of.
Oh, I see.
Right, so that's everything that's done under the umbrella of an REM is what is really to drive for everybody. Because remember, the assets that initially that we brought into the mix may be him and his family, or it may be me and my family. But at the end of the day, the goal was the same, right? Increase the overall portfolio by applying modern day techniques, management, right? Making sure customers are happy, really good relationship models.
Yeah, so we are now talking about a lot of millennials that demanding all this new technology. That how do you handle that?
Oh, there's technology all the way around, right? I think that with what's happening in technology, that's really the only I think that the only commodity in life is either time, and now if you look at it within hotels, it's really bandwidth, right?
Yes.
You know, folks want to get as much bandwidth that they can get, right? Nothing is ever fast enough now, right? With the access of information at our fingertips, we want to see real-time data quicker, faster, and have the ability to comprehend it in a smoother fashion. And for our guests, that's exactly what they want. They want to be connected. Not necessarily internally, but they want to be connected to the entire world.
Okay, when we come back, let's find out what is his future plan and what he sees all this industry growth is going to do to the organization as well as his company. Don't go away.
Welcome to Hospitality Insider on Connie TV with your host, Connie Kim. Hospitality Insider is an intimate look of the who's who in the hospitality industry. Up close and personal, you'll meet amazing leaders and discover their stories of successes and challenges that will inspire, educate, and entertain. With your help, we unite, we co-create, and we support each other to create better service in the hospitality industry and contribute to the world. Hospitality Insider, your window to hospitality excellence.
Hi, I'm David Kim with Darf Design, and you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you are watching.
And you're watching Connie TV.
Connie TV.
Connie TV.
Connie TV.
Connie TV.
The first internet channel for the hospitality industry.
Watch and follow who she brings and what she brings to show you to inspire.
ConnieTV.tv. I love it.